What up, the YouTube universe? It's the dark skinned dancing American. I hate to report this because I actually I'm a fan of his music and all of that. But sometimes, man, when your ex or your significant other, your baby mamas, guys, please take a chill pill and just go somewhere. Man, you know, it gets bad. It gets real bad. You gotta know how to, calm down in situations because I mean, at the end of the day, I can understand you getting pissed, but we got to learn how to channel the anger. You can't just, it's just bad, man. That's not cool. And again, I mean, you know, and I guess whoever she with pissed him off too. You know what I'm saying? But there's better ways of handling things, and it's a recipe for disaster. And I tell anybody on this online thing, it's best not to put your relationships online either because it just boils over. You have people who don't mean good to him and his family. I respect him and his family, and I hope everything works out. Um, as a man, we just got to know how to not just go off on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I know he in the video he was talking to some guy in the background. I guess her dude she messing with now. And I try to tell guys when you're dealing with your ex, you can be respectful as long as they're respectful too. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a little rough right now for my boy, man. He spiraled out of control. You know, I mean, it's all over social media now. I mean, everybody see it, but it just it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, man. It's not good at all. It just again, there's other ways to handle it, man. From what I hear, he wanted to do it out his house. That's fine. He should have told her to keep his ass out the house and bring the baby in. A little, a fisticuffs or what have you. But you know, it's not good. So it's never good when you online with your relationships or your ex and your family. It's never good. Never good because everybody know now, and everybody got an opinion. I would suggest any brother that's similar in his situation. If your ex got somebody, sometimes I know we get mad and as men, but we need to find out and get to our prayer stage where we'll relieve that anger so you won't lash out on no one, you know? And, it's always another way. Violence is the last thing you want to do. It's the last thing you want to do. It's just the last thing. Last result. Again, just move on. Oh, rocking with you no more. So what? You know, I gotta write a book about dating and things of that nature. Just for men to revitalize their life and, grab hold what they want. Whether that's being a bachelor, whether that's looking for somebody to join you with a guy as far as a woman. But again, it has to be, you have to have peacefulness within yourself instead of just unploding like he kind of did. I hate to say it, You don't want that. You don't want that because again, this is a promising R&B singer, well known. His sisters off the charts. The whole family smart, educated. You just hate to see a dude just going off the Richter scales like this, and it could have been easily avoided. You know. So what she got to do? See, fellas, you gotta take a note of this. When a woman move on, if you move on, she still care about you. She gonna let you know. You gonna find out. You gonna find out because her emotions is connected to you. So if she moves on and you don't care, that's good. That's a good start. That's a good start. You do what you gotta do, and fellas, you don't bite. Don't bite the bait. Because now she knows she got him now. You going all crazy, man. Get him up out my ooh, ooh. Now I understand him leaving. You get up out. It was a better way of knocking that shit out. You know? Because the last thing you want to do is have any type of you know, public problem where they can say you did this and you did that. See, that's why it's easy to have decorum once you think it through. Okay. Now I can see if the dude was, swinging at his daughter. Okay, that's different because you defending your family. But yeah, he might have came and he probably was like, "Man, get the hell up out my house." Fine, but doing that rest of that stuff, man. Again, fellas, it's better ways. It's better ways. I can see if the dude didn't want to get up and leave. Then you can be like, "Hey, look, you got to get the hell up out of here. It's gonna be some problems." But even then, there's still ways of handling it as a man. You don't have to resort to violence. You know, that's the last thing you want to do. In case they try to hurt your baby, they try to hurt you. Even your ex. But those circumstances, the last thing you want to do is resort to violence because you are a man who is civil. And again, it's no knock on him because again, he just had to think it through. He had to think it through and contain his anger. Because I'm quite sure he didn't want to see nothing, Negro with his woman. Baby mama, man, no dude gonna be cool with that. But you ain't got to show off the glizzy like you about to, do something you weren't supposed to do. So it's ways of handling it without threatening any man. You can handle it in a lot of ways. Hey, look, dude, you gotta leave. Let me holler at my baby mama and you gone somewhere. Okay. Give him a warning. He just went straight to the, you know, and again, it's better ways to handle it, fellas. Don't do what he did. And again, don't knock on him. People can handle it however they want. But the last thing you want to do is result to violence. You just, especially online where everybody know now, everybody has seen it. And it just gets worse for the person. So again, I hated that my boy lost his cool. I think he's a cool guy, you know what I'm saying? As far as music and things of that nature, we all go through problems. And you're a prayer warrior. You kind of champion the moments where you can lose your cool. You can go off. You can do this because now you're leaving it up to God. And when that happens, I grew up believing that it's a heavenly Father. That once you leave it all there, you don't have to look back because you'd have left it alone. And you want to have a peaceful result, not destructive, because you gotta look at it like this. While us fellas, let me talk to the fellas right now, ladies. If you go off like he did, right, what your baby gonna be looking at? Daddy going to jail. So you're not looking at the whole big picture of it all because you're just mad. Like, oh, this Negro with my ex. I get it. But what better way to handling it in a peaceful manner without going off, gangster on somebody? Is a need for that? Honestly, I think he could have handled it way better than that. Um, it's just unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that this is happening to him, and he kind of fell for it. Again, fellas, do not fall for the bait. Do not fall for that. What I mean by that is women will test you. You understand? They'll test you, see what you would do. And what up, YouTube universe? It's the dark skinned dancing American. Sorry for the little dismay, but I don't make I do stuff like this. I don't feel happy. Why? It's because I love who we are as far as being black and foundational to the land. At the end of the day, though, it's very educational. Why? It's because somebody else's mistakes you might not feel that mistake if you listen and you learn from it. But you gotta learn from it first. And unfortunately, for a promising, singer like himself, now he's, I know they, locked him up for that. It's pretty, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy when you really wrap your mind around all of it. And when you kind of loose cannon, it's easy to just find yourself in situations that you shouldn't be in. And to me, when you look at the bigger picture, no one wants to be incarcerated for something like that. Um, and again, the best way for all men to move on with a woman who's already has somebody is, to accept what is already there. Again, once you move on, it'll be your chance where she's looking at like, okay, well, maybe I missed something. You never know. Once you flip out like that, that means that you still got strong feelings for her. And that's what I mean to the fellas, man. Yeah, just don't take the bait. Be real cool, dynamic. As long as it's, whoever she with ain't, trying to do nothing funny, ain't got no reason to go gangster and pull out the glizzy. There's no need for that. No need for that. Be a, you know, Put yourself in a position where you're looking at power moves. The last thing you want to do is sit here and fight something that you've already made your ex. There's a reason why she your ex. Let's say that, I'm not saying that you can't go back with your ex, but to put it in better terms, when you bite the bait like that, that means you still got strong feelings and she can do what the hell she like now. Because you kind of, you messed up. So don't be that. Don't do that. Hopefully the brother gets out. It's sad this is happening. You got a baby girl by her. It's not right what's happened. Hopefully he gets back soon. And just fellas, just take a note, man, because Bad stuff happen all the time. You know, women do move on, and so is men. But you gotta know how to take it in stride, not sit there and unplode on her and the dude. Oh, you know, it's a time and a place for everything. So just have your check yourself sometimes. As men, we have to check ourselves. A lot of men don't, got to understand that when you check yourself, you look more presentable than someone who's wild and off the chain and do anything because they don't have any sense of decorum amongst other civilized people. So being wild ain't the way to go. They like your butt up though. And this is all on live. So it's just think about it. It's all on live. Not good at all. Everybody's watching. It's just not a good look. So, prayers to him, the family, and just, let's as fellas, let's men, let's start checking ourselves and not dip into or bite into the bait that some of the women that are exes are stuff that put out there. Because you look weak at the end of the day because she gonna still be with whoever she wanna be while you're locked up. So you done went and did all of this, and for what? For what? To look weak with your ex while the next dude smash you? Think about that. Just think about that. She knows she got you now because you crashing out. Don't let nobody make you crash out. No, I'll tell y'all something. YouTube universe. For every will is a way. Now I'm gonna say this. It's not a heaven or a hell a human being, male or female, can put you in. They should not have the power to make you crash out in any moment. Nobody should. Unless it's something dangerous, but we're not talking about that. We're just talking about what had occurred online that he happened to be live streaming. So, don't do that. Don't go out like that now. For your sake, of course, you gonna do what you want to do. Women, let me holler at these men. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. But my suggestion is, if you want to live in our beautiful America, it's better ways than that. Do not result to gangster stuff because they're gonna make sure you pay for it. What I mean by that, the country who basically that we build from scratch. It's not good for people who react like that. And then, like I'm saying, you just don't want it. From someone who experienced what it is of being incarcerated and being in prison, it's something you don't want. You wasted your time. You better off with your family, helping your family, trying to if for the fellas who really want to reconnect with their family, we have to do better. Not be so short-tempered because again, that you'll lose sight of what God wants you to actually be in. So, of course, we want to walk in faith, not by sight. That means is your aura shouldn't be jeopardized off of anger. You got to know how to have peace within yourself, even with someone you used to love or was married with in that case. Let me see how many years he was married to Princess, because I think he was married to her. I don't want to get it wrong. I want to get it right. You always got to leave it in God's hands, y'all. Pray on it. My prayers from above. Help brothers that have anger problems with their significant others and baby mothers and stuff. Amen. We all human, you know. Let me see. How long was he married? So they've been married approximately 9 years, and he just got a divorce with her. Divorce papers came in around 2024, which was last year. Okay, you've been 9 years with her. You've been married 9 years. See, fellas, y'all gotta know how to be player with it. Don't take the bait. No, no, it's not. Okay, yeah, you got. All right, hey, look, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he would have said something else, it'll do it different. Hey, you gotta get up out of here. Hey, ain't nobody coming up in here but my daughter. You know, they handled it like that. Trust me, you'll get way more respect of doing it with decorum than doing it with violence. You got your kid looking at you like, what's going on? You know? So don't be like that. Again, you go do what you want to do. That just goes for any human being. But fellas, I just wanted to let y'all know, man. Just take a note out of Mr. R&B singer AJ himself. Don't allow your anger to get you out your body. Because once that happens, you know, you already know it's going to be incarceration you're facing. So it ain't no need. It ain't no need. There's no need. None. It ain't nothing that should make you get to that point unless it's something else. But we're not talking about defending your family and protecting your family. We're not talking about that. We talking about just straight up anger. You mad she got someone else, and dude probably coming through, and you like, hey, man, get the hell up out my house. Ooh, ooh. Okay, cool. Get up out my house. That's respectable. But I gotta pull this thing out on you. No. Now, if he would have told him to get the hell out of his house and he didn't want to, that's a different story. I would have gave him some time. Hey, look, man, I ain't trying to be, but you gotta go over there. You gotta go outside of here. This is my realm. All due respect, you with my ex, but yeah, you stay open, you stay outside, and yeah, okay. Could have been handled, y'all. You let me holler at me. You don't think it could have been handled a better way than just I'm gonna pull out on you? You know, just think about that. Could have been handled a better way. That's why I tell when I'm dating and I'm dating a woman with kids, I let them know shit. I'm in the car with it. I'm not going up. You go get your kid or whatever your kids see a little poor. Uh, oh no. Oh no. That's another no no. Not going to another man's house. No, no, no. Mm-mm. He pull out on might have a bad day or something. You don't know. You go there to get your girls, and she picking up her kids. Maybe you just got finished slapping on some cheeks. You feel me? Basically, me, I stretch out the D and basically hit that baseline three. But you feel me? But we, but you don't want to be the person receiving bullets because motherfucker mad you with his ex. He can't stand it. And he wanna. That's why I tell chicks all the time, when you come in my car, don't. There's one thing they can't. It's two things they can't do. Touch my radio. That's one. Two. And this goes for anyone I pick up. Don't ask me to go fight your baby daddy or your ex. I will stop my car and tell him to get the hell out. I done told you two rules that I always stand by. I've been standing by it for years. Dating out here in LA. Don't touch my radio. That's the number one rule. Everybody, any chick know that. And don't ask me to go fight your baby daddy, your ex, whoever. That's it. I'm driving home. It's better than you don't know what the hell gonna happen. He ready to thump on something and you looking like a fool because you there for her. She got you in some mess. And I'm not saying that she talked to him and was letting him know whoever she was with. But regardless, you just don't want to be caught slipping like that because it can happen to you. It can happen to you if you're dealing with a chick who's not being authentic. You get me? Let me get back to what I was saying though. You fellas do not do what he did. I'm telling you, it's going to end bad. It's going to end bad. You never know. The person you might have pulled out on might go get their gun and have a shootout with you. But you got your kids or the singular poor. You ain't trying to go through that. You ain't trying to have a shootout with your kids around. You understand what I'm saying? So, fellas, listen. Some people don't care. Some people are very, nonchalant about it. But it could be very serious. And again, you don't want nothing to happen, whether they famous. In this case, he's famous, with a name and everything, but it just doesn't end well when you mix violence off of breakups. You have to understand to keep your personality checked to being a black man. That's key. Because you ain't fold, you ain't been. You out here to the end. So, you for your kids. And that's what you should be on if you're a real man. And I'm not saying he ain't. I'm just saying he got angered at the fact that she was with some other dude. And he was like, hey, get the hell up out of my house. He started snapping on him. So just don't be that person. Don't be the person where it could be bad for you because now they locked you up and you can't get your ass out because of this shit. You don't want to do that. You want to be chilling with your kids, taking your kids. How you gonna do that if you sitting here pulling the damn glizzy out, trying to tell the dude to get the hell up out there? He would have got the hell up out the house, but it was a better way of doing it. It was a better way of doing it. Hey, look, man, you gotta leave. You want to leave? Then you can say, look, man, I'm giving you a chance, dude. He didn't care. He online like, you gotta leave. I'm like, damn, oh wait. Hey, online? Think about that. Online? Think about it. That's what I'm saying. So the best way of looking at it is don't even go for it. Don't even fall for it. Don't fall for it, fellas. Don't fall for the bait. Because women will do you like that. And they know you got feelings for them because you over here crashing out, ready to blow somebody away. That's why you don't fall for the damn bait. Again, I hate that it happened to him, but he should have checked himself. Like, okay, look, you know, you a man regardless because this is your castle. So if you didn't understand that shit, then you could have like, look, man, I told you to leave, right? Then you could have did that, like flashing a little, hey, you got the fuck out of here. This motherfucker was like, you got to get the fuck out. You got to be a little bit more strategic on how you do stuff. And just whipping it, it has to be a real hell of a reason. Tearing your house up, you know, your kid, you did something wrong. You did, yeah. After all, trying to fight you, whatever, but come on, man. You just got to be a lot smarter than that. You do. You do. And don't allow nobody to make a fool of you. You don't want to be in that situation where you've lost your freedom and all the other stuff that comes with, the fame and fortune that he obtained. You want to be way more player than that, man. So hopefully things get better for him and everybody learn the lessons to not do what he did. Because it ain't going to help you with shit. It just won't. And now she feel like she really got the power over you now. She's willing to crash out. So be more smarter and strategic on what you do instead of listening and tapping into your anger, which will potentially hurt you. That be incarceration, or it can be death or injuries. I don't know. But don't be too quick to let that anger go. Best way for you to learn is to pray on it. So pray on it. I pray, and I pray about it. And hopefully everything works out in God's name. And y'all press like and subscribe. So I keep doing these videos, and again, you got to be more player than that, and don't bite the bait and fall for it, because you don't want to be the person to destroy your life over someone who's already moved on from mine. That's how you got to look at it. I don't want to destroy my life because she already moved on with somebody else. Respectfully. See, I'm like, whoa. And again, hopefully he can get out of the situation. I already prayed for him. People like him. But let that be a lesson, fellas. She moved on, take it in stride, be a player about it, and get on the grind. And with that being said, I'm out.